What's good? My name's Rod Robinson.
I'm Jordan Hall.
And this is Bulldogs Unleashed.
Ring season, man. It was a great Saturday in Atlanta, Georgia. You know, Dawgs came out on top against the great Texas Longhorns. Let's talk a little about the SEC championship game, man. It was a long, very hard-fought defensive game.
Yeah.
Offenses kicked it in a little bit late, and another overtime win for the Dogs. So,
That's
how
2
you
weeks in
feeling
a
about
row.
it? What you feeling about it, man?
I mean, Texas is a great team. I mean, they got all the pieces. They're a really complete team. And, in the SEC, everything's hard. So, and they always say it's hard to beat a team twice. So just going out there with that mindset, we couldn't let that really rattle us. So I just feel like we had to go out there and do what we did, and we did it. I mean, it wasn't easy.
I mean, it was one of the more nerve-wracking games of the year.
Yeah.
Just because it's a high-pressure situation and a lot of things was on the line. It's a high-stakes game, and just the way the energies shifted, the momentum shifted each game. It was kind of crazy. So I say each game, but each drive,
Right.
was kind of crazy. Just because, me personally, I never won a championship in my life.
Really?
Until we won an Orange Bowl, but that wasn't. That was like
That's not a championship.
That wasn't really a championship.
You've never been on top.
Ever in my life till Saturday.
Wow.
Park ball, never won that. We got close to it. We came up a game short. We lost in the championship game. But high school, middle school, we just sucked. So it was whatever that we could do. So, making that memory and embracing that moment on Saturday was one of the bigger, more impactful moments in my life. So
That's real good.
It was a great game. But
felt good?
Of course it felt good. Especially seeing the confetti fall. Seeing the confetti fall was awesome. Just because it's man, all the team runs we did.
Man.
All the Bloody
Spring
Tuesdays.
Ball, fall camp.
Fastball start surgeries.
Man.
Time off. You know what I'm saying? And then two is my first game, really getting back in my groove and getting a lot of more playing time. I feel like Saturday was a big sigh of relief for me, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Just get my feet back wet. So hopefully later on down the road in the playoff run, I'll still be getting my feet wet, but making a lot more plays and can make this natty. So,
Job's not finished.
it never is.
Shout out Kobe. He all right.
Yeah, but physically, how you feel we was physically and emotionally before we went into the game and after, now that it's over with?
How many games we gonna play now? That was our 13th game.
Was that 13? Yeah, 13.
15 weeks of practice, fall camp before that. I mean, it's safe to say everybody's physically beat up, tired, but emotionally and mentally, I think that's what people really don't understand. Because not only do we have to handle all this football stuff, being at the facility from early in the morning to late at night,
and then class,
having
finals.
to deal with school and finals right now too.
Yeah.
I just feel like that speaks a lot about our team, being able to handle all that and then go out there and play good.
I mean, I ain't even gonna speak about the mentally part because mentally I feel like everybody handles things differently.
Right.
So you can't really gauge where somebody else is at. But class wise, UGA is one of the toughest schools in America, and it's actually a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're
Good
getting
education,
a rigorous degree. But outside of that, man, school, that's the only thing I can say that's tough for everybody. No matter what degree you're getting.
Right.
But I say physically, I mean, we've been banged up since week one.
Before the season.
Week one, before the season, you feel me? I know I have, we both have.
Yeah, we both missed the first game.
We missed the first game, but a lot of games at that. So,
I missed the first 11.
You feel me?
10. I played 11. I played
I can't
12.
engage with mine well. I think it was, I came back Ole Miss. I played like 2 plays or something like that just because Chris went down. But, yeah, I mean, we've been physically beat up the whole entire season. So it hasn't been a game or a week where one person hasn't went down, somebody stepped back up, or somebody got hurt and had to fight through it. And
right.
That's just been a thing for our team this whole entire season. So I feel that's a testament to say who we is as a team.
You feel me? Because everybody steps up. We got depth at all positions for the most part. It's always a next man up type of thing, and everybody come in and they be ready.
Speaking of the physically beat up players on the team, Carson went down. So Carson went down. I think he's dealing with it But Gunner came in, and Gunner did his thing.
He didn't just come in.
He came in.
He stepped up.
Stood on
Everything.
10. You feel me? So Gunner did his thing, and like I'm not on the offensive side, so I want you to speak a little bit about like the confidence in the huddle during the second half. How was everything shifted?
I feel like everybody on that sideline had high hopes in Gunner. And once we found out that he was going to start that second half, nobody was fazed. Nobody was worried. Gunner's the type of guy, he come in every day and you get the same from him. Like, he's very consistent.
Exactly.
He don't really talk a lot, but he cool with everybody. And he just he real strong. He's strong-minded, you know?
Yeah.
And whatever he asked to do, he going to go out there and do it. And we knew when he was going to go out there, we knew what he was going to do.
Yeah, I can't really say too much more so like what happened during the game because I really didn't speak to him much. I mean, I patted him on the head before we went out to halftime, and we all knew we had his back just because of his G-Stock. But I remember, like, when we went to the leadership retreat this summer, like, he talked about, like, how much the leadership role, like, meant to him and, like, being able to go on, like, the leadership retreat that we always do each year. So being able to do that and seeing that correlate to Saturday is like seeing, like, something come full circle. You know, somebody work hard for an opportunity, and the opportunity is granted, and they make the most of it. Now, he paid for it. He paid for it.
Definitely did.
That one hit, I thought it was targeted until it wasn't. Until I seen it, he led with his shoulder. But, man, like.
They didn't even have to hit him that hard.
They didn't, but he did. You know what I'm saying? He did it. So, I mean.
But he held on to the ball, got the first down, we went in and scored. So,
yeah,
I mean.
we went in and scored. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I love Gunner, love the way he played, love how he was so composed while playing. But special teams was a big part of the game, very big part of the game. Probably the most deciding factor in the game. Not really much for us, but for Texas in this case. Missing those two big field goals, how do you think that impacted the way we responded offensively?
I just feel like, speaking from my standpoint, my view as a running back, you know, when you see somebody go out there and miss a kick and they leave points out on the field, and then, you know, you flip sides and everything, that kind of give you a little burst of like motivation to go out and score. Like, you got to make them pay for that. And I just feel like, as far as their special teams go, I mean, when you playing in Atlanta, I mean, it was pretty much a home game for us. You know, I barely seen any Texas fans, so like, I felt like, you know, it's easier to get rattled, you know, because if it was like a real neutral site, then I feel like he might have made them. But I feel like the fans showed up and showed out.
More,
and
they did more than show up and show out. Like,
and they definitely like made
it was,
it a lot harder.
It was a sea of red in there on Saturday. Like, it was
feel me?
A full sea of red. I don't know. Missing those two kicks, I mean, defensively, it was like a sigh of relief. I mean, cause, we had like a real bend don't break mentality. I wouldn't say we had to like coming into the game, but during the game, like once you look back and watch the tape and realize that like there's a lot of drives that we let up lots of yards, lots of miscues, and there's a lot of things we did wrong. But I mean, at the end of the day, we ain't come out and we ain't get scored on until the second half.
Right.
So I don't know. Giving up field goals is something that we are not wanting to do. I mean, we're prone to do it now. I mean, but I'd rather give up the field goal than the touchdown.
Right.
But missing both of those, I mean, set us up to get in good shape to win the game. So I'm really thankful. I mean, I'm very thankful.
And the offense was too. I mean, when you see that, you want to go out there and put up points for the defense to like reward them.
You know, we had a lot of calls on Saturday that were questionable, great calls, and some were ballsy.
Yeah.
And one of those being the fake punt. I don't know if y'all don't know this, but we practice fake punts, I think, every week.
Every day.
Every day. Do we plan on using them? Never. Did we think we were going to use it? No, not at all. Did we use it? Yes, indeed.
I think we've been running fake punts in practice since I got here. I'm sure they've been doing it since before we got here.
Exactly, and I feel like
never have I seen it.
I don't even know when the last time Georgia's ran a fake punt. Like, it's
Last time I remember was the SEC championship where Fields got stuffed.
yeah, oh man, that was the last time they ran it. So I mean,
Would that have been 2018? Yes.
damn, I wasn't even in high school yet. So I wasn't even in high school. I was in 8th grade last time they ran a fake punt.
I missed 2018.
Yeah, 2018 was awesome.
You know the best part about 2018?
Okay. Not right now.
2018 Brian.
Not right now.
LeBron was on a generational run in
Hey,
2018.
2018 Brian is probably the best player I've ever seen play. Best player, I my own too. Best
I be
player
I
I've
be going
seen.
back and watching his highlights like at night.
But all right, let's get back on target, fam. The fake punt, like, one, did you see it coming? Like, how you feel when you seen it?
When I seen us not get the third down, I started walking back to the bench, get ready
Yeah.
for the coach, Coach Crawford to show us, what we missed and what we could do better on the runs and everything.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go watch film. Next thing you know, I just hear a whole bunch of loud commotion and everything. I look over, and Aaron running the ball. I was like, did we just call it the fake punt? And everybody's like, yo, we just got a fake punt. I was like, nah, y'all lying. Like, we ain't call it. We ain't call it.
Nah.
And I go out there and we back on offense still. I was like, oh, yeah, we did just call it.
I'm not gonna lie. When I went out there, I was ready to like get it back in on defense.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting my helmet on, and I'm hearing the crowd yelling, cheer. I'm like, nah, they ain't just blocked the kick. I'm like, hell no, they ain't just blocked the kick. But then I look up, I see Aaron do this. I was like, we just ran a fake punt.
Yeah, like it caught
Bruh.
me off guard. I ain't gonna lie.
After that, man, I feel like I knew it was something. God had something good planned. I ain't gonna lie.
You
Like,
feel me?
yeah, after that happened, I was like, okay, we want to be destined for this.
I always say like when the abnormal start to happen, that's when you know a team gonna
Yeah,
win.
like it's like when you're playing Madden. Like when the computer, like when Fred Warner in the middle, he's just jumping up getting picks. It's like,
You're not even supposed to win at that
I
point.
ain't even supposed to win this game. It ain't even for me to win. So I mean, it is what it is. But all in all, it was really a great experience. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's something I'll never forget in my life, like ever. Like that's one of the.
With that being said, we had people make plays on offense, defense, and we just talked about the special teams. Who was your MVP for that game?
The actual MVP of the game, Dalen. I mean, he
Right.
made really, I wouldn't say the first pick, but the first pick set us up for good field position as well. But and a good offensive drive. But still, like, I mean, he made two of the most impactful plays of the game.
It could have been more than two. He had a couple PBUs
Exactly, he
in
had a
the
couple
end
of
zone.
exactly. So like, he played an overall good game, and I feel like Dalen's got a knack for playing against Texas because
Man,
like,
what's that? 5 turnovers? 4?
yeah, that's four turnovers against like Texas alone.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, I'm just happy for him because I seen all the work he put in the offseason.
Right.
And even with social media, like even during last year, like how everything went down last year on social media, how he was getting bashed and people were talking about him, even our own fans and stuff like that. Like,
That's one way to shut him up,
there's
though.
one way to prove him wrong. So I mean, he went out there and did his job and executed at a high level. So I mean,
The highest.
the highest.
Can't really ask for much more. 2 picks.
2 picks in a primetime stage like that against a good opponent. I mean, there ain't really much else you can ask for. And not like he did it the first time. He
Right.
did it again.
You feel
You know
me?
what I'm saying? So, honestly,
Shout out Dalen.
Yeah, shout out Dalen. Shout out DE.
Norfolk.
You feel me? But this bye week coming up was much needed.
Yeah.
Much
for everybody.
needed. We're a banged up team right now. I think everybody in the country need rest. Everybody in the country, but especially us. Like, I feel like we need rest more than anybody else just because of the tough schedule we played. And I see on social media everybody say we can finally play the tough schedule, but playing any SEC team each year is
Being in the SEC, you're going to play a
It's
tough
at all.
schedule.
I mean, we're not playing. Of course, nobody's supposed to play 10 ranked teams in the season. I mean, if anybody does that and they do what we just did, that should be the clear-cut #1 team in the nation.
You know what I hate? I hate when people go on social media and they talk about how like the best teams in the country only need to play the best teams in the country, and they usually only say that for their personal experience
Exactly.
and watching the game, but they don't understand how banged up we are, what you got to do to prepare for that mentally and physically throughout the week, the game, and then like for example the playoffs, you gonna have so many teams missing out.
But I mean, still, like, we signed up for it. It's a part of what we do.
Right.
I mean, like, we can't really do nothing. If we had to play the top 10 teams each and every week, we'd have to play the top 10 teams each and every
feel me?
week. We could complain about it. We have to go out there and execute, do our job. So I feel like that's something I feel like we as a team got to be more like understanding. Like, we played a hard, tough schedule this year, and even people out there like who just ridicule us sometimes about finally playing a tough schedule and then complaining about it. I mean, like,
They got what they wanted.
I mean, you got what you wanted, we won. I mean, but at the same time, it's like we don't pick our schedule. We just play the
Right.
game. We gonna play our game. So I mean, we don't have any control over who we play, when we play, how we play. It's just how good we played in that situation in that moment. So staying on top for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like Like not playing until what, January 1st.
I feel like it's good for us, especially just be able to sit back and watch the other teams. I feel like that'll help us prepare mentally,
Yeah,
and then just be able to go out there and stay on top. I mean, it's an extra one less game we got to play to get to the natty, and then as far as practice and everything, just perfecting our craft and executing what we got to do internally before we worry about another team.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like how we use this time off is going to make or break how we come back. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, bye weeks always, they could be a good thing or a bad thing. If you use it the correct way, it could be an advantage. If not, it could be a disadvantage just because you're coming off lackluster, you're lethargic. I mean, there's a lot of things that you're doing wrong that you weren't doing before because you was rolling. We was on a 15-week streak.
Yeah.
We were doing the same thing repetitively for 15 weeks straight. Like, we didn't even change it up on a bye week. Only day we got off on the bye week was that Saturday. So,
Right.
yeah, I mean, we just got to use it correctly, stay in shape, stay polished up, and just heal and recover, and we'll be ready for the next game in the Sugar Bowl against the opponent we play out of Notre Dame, Indiana. But, this playoff system, I feel like it worked in some ways. In some ways, it didn't work. People was liking it or what they thought it would have been. Some people would have thought that more teams that were in the top 10 or top 12 or highly ranked teams really at the beginning of the season would have still been in it. But it's a lot of like change-ups to what happened this year. Nobody would have expected Indiana to get in.
Right.
Boise State, SMU for sure. So nobody would expect none of those teams to get in. So or Arizona State got in. So like nobody
With a bye.
With a bye. So nobody
Boise
would
State got a bye.
Exactly. So nobody would have expected that. So what's your take on that? Like, how you feel about like the 12-team playoffs as of right now, where it stands?
I feel like it's not only the 12-team playoffs, but the conference realignment too.
Yeah.
With all those Pac-12 schools going to different conferences, I just feel like it opens up a lot more, and I feel like the automatic seeding for the conference champions really like threw people in for a loop, especially with Clemson being ranked 17th going into their bowl game, and then getting into that 12 spot. I think it's cool though, like especially now that you get to see a team like Indiana that maybe didn't have the like best strength of schedule, but only one loss. Be able to get to go to the playoffs.
You got to be able to prove it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, last year they wouldn't have gotten a shot at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This year, I mean, the playoff, I feel like it's structured well. I mean, it gives you an opportunity to be one of those high-ranked teams and really if you have a good strength of schedule, it help you out. If you don't, it can hurt you if you don't win a lot of games. But still, I mean, I like the way it went. I mean, I'm probably just saying that because we got in. So
Right.
I mean, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with it. Honestly, I just feel like it gets to a point where certain things have to be. If you're excluding certain things, you have to exclude it fully for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in the world want to talk about how Bama not getting in, and that's a big factor for anybody. You know, like even us as an SEC team, but seeing Bama not get in was kind of shocking. But, I mean, the SMU team only lost one game, and they lost in their conference championship game.
An extra game.
Yeah, they had lost in their conference championship game by 3 points to a good Clemson team. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we love Bama and respect them, but SMU was deserving in this situation.
Right.
So, like, who knows? Like, this year has been crazy. It's been a crazy year of college football in general. But the playoff hasn't helped at all. And, yeah, everything's been stressful this year. Stressful and long.
One thing I find pretty cool is that, like, like way back in the day, like they had the BCS.
Yeah.
And there was only 2 teams. Like you had to be one of the 2 teams to go to the national championship.
How did it even work? Like,
It was a computer-based system based on your schedule, your record, your like point. It was like a big
math equation.
program. Yeah.
You know how many like teams?
There were undefeated teams that
Yeah.
didn't get into the championship game.
That's crazy. And then like we were around to be able to watch the inaugural 14 playoffs.
Yeah, I remember that. Man, I remember the first year that happened. I ain't gonna lie. So sorry.
You was an Alabama fan?
I was an Alabama fan.
And they lost to
growing up,
Ohio
bro.
State?
I was an Alabama fan.
Ezekiel Elliott, man.
I seen Ezekiel Elliott do that time. Like, oh my God, he's elite.
Yo, wasn't Michael Thomas on that team too?
But Michael Thomas was on there. Or who was the quarterback?
Nah, it was
wasn't
Cardale
JT.
Jones.
It was Cardale. What's his name? Yeah, Cardale Jones. Yeah, Cardale Jones. It was him, Ezekiel Elliott. What's the other light-skinned receiver they had? What's his name? I don't know his name, but he was like the speedster at the time. I think at number 9.
Was Marshawn Lattimore on that team?
Damn, I forgot that. I forgot they had Marshawn Lattimore, but they had a stick that year. So they had a lot of good players on that team. I think they had the Bosa brothers there, didn't they?
They Joey.
Yeah, they had Joey.
Bosa, man.
So that was before even Nick hit the scene. So they had Joey. They had
They had a squad.
they had at least 5 first rounders on that team.
That's crazy.
And I remember seeing that and watching that, man.
I was sick.
Man, I remember that term. I remember Eddie Jackson was chasing after him. Like, get him, Eddie.
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, get him, Eddie, get him. He wasn't getting him. I was like, damn. But then Marcus Mariota had one of the greatest QB seasons ever. Like, I think he threw 52 touchdowns and 1 pick?
Yeah.
Or he had 52 touchdowns or 2 picks?
And then Jameis Winston slipped on the turf or something.
Yeah,
and
man. That was a
fumbled.
crazy game. But honestly, I was rooting for Oregon to win in that. I didn't want to see.
Me too.
I love the uniform.
Man.
Like that season when they bring out those ones for the Natty game, that was elite. But now we're talking about playoff games and high stakes. The first round game coming up. It's a little ways away, but it's still near. I think we're gonna play out of what? Like I said,
Indiana, Notre Dame.
Yeah, Indiana, Notre Dame. So, what you most excited about from playing either one of those two?
Playing a team out of conference, playing a team
Exactly.
that I never played before. It'll be cool to be able to see what a team like that can bring, especially to a neutral site, and just be able to go out there and compete with other good players. I mean, the stakes are high. It's a 1-game season at this point. You lose, you out. So I mean, just being able to go out there and compete, that'll be the funnest part.
Honestly, I'm just glad we're not playing them at their home. Like, it's too cold to be.
Too cold.
Yeah, I love cold weather, but I ain't gonna lie, fam. Like,
I ain't going for the snow.
yeah, nah.
Not playing.
It's snowing. I feel the neutral site gives both teams it makes it an even game. So,
With that being said, Tennessee got to go to Ohio State.
yeah, Tennessee or Ohio State, Clemson and Texas playing for the first time ever.
Yeah,
Ever. I didn't know they'd never played before.
that's
So
crazy.
honestly, I want to see it's gonna be a good weekend. Like,
It is.
It's gonna be a great weekend. I just want to see how everything folds and how everything plays out. Just cause it's a lot of great teams playing against each other. And
SMU got to go to Penn State.
exactly. So I mean, it's gonna be a very, very, very interesting little playoff run. I'm glad we get the opportunity to sit back and watch teams for once, and to see how everything plays out. But honestly, this year has been crazy.
Yeah,
You never expect to see SMU in playing Penn State, and a good Penn State team. They
Really
took it
good.
to the wire with Oregon.
yeah.
So I mean, everybody in the playoff right now is deserving of being there, and I feel like it's going to be a good showcasing for the committee's new rule, I guess,
Yeah.
new way of playing the game, 12-team playoff. But do you wish the second round game was a home game?
I wouldn't say I wish it was a home game, but I wouldn't be mad at all, especially with us being the higher seed and we would get the home game.
Yeah.
It would be really cool to do that, and the Natty be at a neutral site. But I mean, I feel like a home game would give us an advantage, like it has all season. I mean, we haven't lost a home game since I've been here, so
Yeah.
that would be pretty cool to do.
Yeah. I mean, the second round home game would probably be I think it would be electric, especially in
would.
Sanford.
A playoff game,
Like you said, I haven't lost a home game since I've been here.
right?
You know what I'm saying? So playing in that atmosphere and environment against a high quality team, I mean, I feel like it would be nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? So I wish it could happen, but I'm glad it's not, just because I feel like it give us an upper hand in the situation.
Right.
We know our fan base, we know how much they love us and how much they'll come and support us. But in games like that, you want it to be as evenly matched as possible. So
Just see who the better team is.
exactly. So, but I mean, still, our fans travel heavily.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how it is in New Orleans and how Dog Nation shows up. But honestly, the second round home game, I don't think would be.
I feel like it would be too much.
Yeah, I think it'd be too much. But the greatest thing happens at the end of this week, or really Wednesday. Finals is over with. School is over with. And when we get back to strictly ball, pause. And okay, that's on me. I'm sorry. But yeah, we get back to
Nobody gonna cut them off?
what?
You're not gonna follow up with nothing after that?
What? I said pause.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you. Resume.
I said pause.
Resume. That was crazy. Because you emphasized it like 3 times.
Yeah, we get back to strictly playing football.
No, you ain't say football.
I'm reiterating it now. Like we're getting back to. Don't do that, cause you like a couple episodes ago you talking about ball some story you was gonna make.
Oh, yeah.
What was the name of it?
I don't even remember. But we're going to have footballs, basketballs, baseballs, tennis balls. Like,
Was it all balls or big balls?
big
balls.
You went shop there?
No, we never shop at big balls. I don't know if you're from Jacksonville, you know what Dick's Wings is. I've never ate at Dick's Wings. Cut that out. I didn't think about it until I said it, but type shit. Yeah, but with no school, we get back to playing. Nothing but strictly football. You said it. You said it. I don't say it no more.
All right, man. So, Wednesday coming up.
All right, hold on. All right. All right, so Wednesday coming up, and the greatest thing on the planet that's happened for every student in America. Finals is over with, and school is strictly out. How do you feel about being able to come back to the facility and just get it straight to nothing but ball? How you feel about getting this being focused on football for as long as we need to till school starts again?
I love it, man.
Man, but like honestly, like how you feel about it?
It's great, you know, being able to just focus on football.
Like no class, no tests, nothing I
Being
gotta
able
stay up
to-
all night studying for.
You
man.
feel
Like,
me?
nothing I gotta
We're
worry
going to have
about.
to do more football than we did, compared to when we were in school. But
Yeah.
just being able to not have to do all that travel from class to football, all that, and then going to ranking after for like study hall. I just feel like it takes a lot off people's plates, off people's shoulders. And I just feel like that we can keep the main thing now, and just
Yeah.
be able to focus on our next opponent and ourselves.
I feel like it alleviates some stress too, because school is as hard as it has ever been now.
Man.
We have a lot of outlets and ways to help us, but I feel like just the way how easy it is to get help with certain things, like teachers exclude you from being able to do that.
Right.
So, having to study more often and take tougher classes and I don't know, we'll just endure everything that school has to offer. And play football at the same time. It's very stressful. So
I don't got to stress about that test grade
you
during
feel me?
practice.
Like having that monkey off your back during then, and not being able to having to go to ranking for sessions at 7:30 at night. You can just go home and go to sleep, or just vibe and chill. So
More recovery time.
I'm Jordan Hall.
And I'm Roderick Robinson, and this is Bulldogs Unleashed.
Ho ho ho.